They told me that you are the children of God. You are cowards.
2-minute theme song designed to overcompensate for how short this episode is.
Danger lurks in the big city. The world needs a hero!
That's a bit of a stretch, isn't it? One city in a particularly high threat level, and that means the whole world is doomed.
Would you give me a hand with my super suction here? It seems to have malfunctioned.
What do you mean malfunctioned? It's a plunger. It's supposed to stick to things.
I didn't know being a superhero could be so painful. Maybe you should just go back to being plain old Larry.
Nah, plain old Larry's been about as painful so far.
Spots Freddy shook him.
Pull back, Bob.
What do you think he's doing? Public domain sneeze effect.
Dave lived in a land called Israel.
Not a problem exclusive to this episode or even the show, but I always found it somewhat on the nose that so many Bible stories take place in Israel. What, was the land of actually happened too overpopulated?
There were mostly just sheep, especially around Dave's house.
This patch of land has a disturbing lack of house.
Dave had a lot of brothers, 7 to be exact.
Although we will only ever see 3 of them because budget.
I'm kind of busy right now.
Do you remember the time we dipped you in tar and stuck you to the backside of an angry water buffalo?
Domestic abuse.
Well, sometimes I think I could eat a whole spaceship.
What's a spaceship?
Quit doing my job for me, Jimmy.
Nothing really exciting happened around there.
Sticking an innocent child to a raging water buffalo is the most boring thing in the world.
The lima beans are, lacking?
The nectarines are quacking.
Preemptive, that's racist in case we get talking lima beans or talking nectarines in the near future. I can yell too! So no, I can discard, but I'm not gonna complain because it's finished!
So the Israelites needed to protect themselves.
We need to protect ourselves.
Yes, Tom, we've been over this. See, this is why you were dropped from the show. Very compelling and intuitive writing here. Behold, the first appearance of the popular French pea duo Jean-Claude and...
Yes, definitely did you.
Christophe. The French peas need subtitles for their insults, but once they're actually given helpful exposition, then we're left on our own. Also, reading, when half your audience can't.
And now it's time for Silly Songs with Laddie.
Skip!
Who will I fight?
Wouldn't this count as forfeit, especially after 40 days of failed attempts? Man, these Philistines are particularly civil when it comes to enslaving colonies.
Who's gonna fight him?
What are you, nuts? He'd have us for lunch.
Considering your species, I'm surprised you're not used to this fear by now. I am also shocked and slightly embarrassed by your hypocrisy.
You're not going to sing, are you? Couldn't you just play your harp and I'll throw things at you?
Biblical accuracy? Surely you just Mr. Chocolate Bunny Factory in Babylon? David was this close to stabbing King Saul's eye out. Jimmy on right here, Jimmy dead center here. Here you have it, guys. Invisible hands are officially canon. This completely justifies any time I did not sin their lack of it. Moving on. And this is the point where Goliath squashes David while he's distracted, right? Right? In one of these instant replays, Goliath's hat is missing. So is the sunset going that fast, or is the sheep going that slow? Honestly, I'd believe both.
You're big, I'm little. My head only comes to your middle. But I say little guys can do big things too.
Wherever there is trouble, I'll be there. Whatever a helpless vegetable calls out, I will answer.
Evildoers, beware! You are no match for the awesome power of Larry Boy and his super